Hi, I'm Liz from Simple Decorating Tips and Frame and Frills. I am holding the back of a stool, and I'm happy to say it's not because it fell off of the stool that I just put together. It's because I actually took it off. I found that it was more comfortable to use without the stool back on it the way that I use it. So this is the stool. It spins, it's on casters, it's got a nice footrest here. And I use it at my 36-inch island slash now desk, which is down in the studio. And it's getting ready to get stocked with fusion mineral paints, and I'm super excited, but that's a whole different subject. So the stool I put together, it came from overstock.com. I opened up the box and there was lots of parts in there. And at first that can feel a little bit intimidating, but actually it was really very simple. There were directions, even though a couple of directions were missing. There was one tool I needed. It was a Phillips head screwdriver. And sometimes some of these furniture that come in parts like that need an Allen wrench, and they usually come with it. But this one didn't, and it wasn't a big deal. So anyways, I'm here to tell you not to be intimidated when you order furniture and it comes in parts. You can put it together, and I'm here to show you how simple this was. So here is the first thing that I'm doing, and I'm popping the wheels onto the swivel thing. So it's funny, the picture doesn't really give directions, it just shows a picture. If you can see that there's like this little partial ring that goes around this ridge, and what we have to do is actually, it doesn't feel like it's going to go on, and then if you wiggle it just right, there. It just goes on, and then it just stays on, so that ring gives just enough to hold it on. So I'm going to do that on all of the legs. Okay, all the little casters, well, they're not so little, but all the casters are on the legs or feet of the bottom. So the next thing is to flip it over, and looking at the picture here, it looks like this main support thing, which has got some weight to it, just goes in here, I guess. Oh yeah, just sits in there. Okay. Okay, moving on to the next part, it's going to be attaching the, whatever that thing is, the adjuster to the back. So it looks like pretty simple. Unscrew this. There we go. And then I'm going to put this on. I have learned to really look at the picture. Okay, the handle is on that side, so I'm going to just screw that right on there. So here's the back with the screw nut off of that. And then here's the piece that I'm going to be putting on, lining up that screw hole right there, and then putting the nut right through there, like that. Now the next thing is that part that we just screwed on is now going to hold the seat. So looking back at this picture, it shows us where the screws are going to go, or the bolts, whatever you call them, are going to go into that and hold that seat on. So that's going to be the next thing. Here's the seat. You can see the bolts holes on there. And I'm just going to line that up with there and put the bolts through. So here is the stool seat flipped over, and the back is on. I actually, the first time, put it on so that this little sticker that says front was not in the front, it was in the back, and the stool was not sitting comfortably. So I'm going to redo this, and I'm going to show you this part. First thing I do is put the bolts in the holes just with my hands to make sure that I feel the thread is going in properly. Sometimes it's beneficial if you can go backwards to kind of set those threads right and then go forward. If it does not turn easily, stop right away and back it up. It stinks when the bolts thread get stripped, or worse, if the receiver end gets stripped, that's at least the bolts, you could always go get a new bolt, but the receiver end, that stinks. Okay, so then I go through and tighten with my handheld screwdriver. For this, I really don't like to use a power drill or power screwdriver because it's too difficult to feel. Those threads really strip easy. And boy, I tell you, it's happened to me enough times, I just don't like to do it. So I go through and I tighten it just about, not totally, just for adjustment and whatever. And then after the last one is in, normally I'm not holding my camera with my left hand. My left hand would be on the shaft of the screwdriver, holding it really easily, and then I can really do this quicker. Then I go back and tighten her down. Sometimes I have found with chairs when moving around and stuff, and especially this one where it rolls and swivels, some of these might get a little bit loose. So if you're noticing that, it's good to just kind of check it and see like that one there. To tighten it up before somebody tips over. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so the directions, which I was faithfully following, actually skipped and don't have two parts that need to happen on here. This, which I had set aside when I unpacked it, is the ring to go around for your feet, and this black stem obviously connects it. So I think the black stem part must go in first. So I'm going to try that. I think that this sits in here, and then the ring part goes over it. Okay. And then comes this part. Okay. And then is this guy. Ah, that's more like the height. There you go. So, there's the stool all done. I'll try it out and tell you what I think. There is the finished stool. It's adjustable height. It swivels. It rolls very easily. And it has a nice little footrest. So it's going to be perfect for my new island / workspace here that I have set up in the studio. And my shelves are empty, waiting for new paint. I am so excited. And there's for paintbrushes. I'm so excited to have the Fusion paint line, mineral paints and milk paints and finishes, all in stock here at the studio, ready for fun workshop projects for you.